Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Thank you very much to join us today. My name is Richard Affolter. I'm the director of WEBA based in Switzerland, and I can see many agents that I know since many years. So thank you very much, everyone, to join us today. It's always nice to see so many familiar faces. Thank you, Natalia, to join. Thank you, Mr. Kasim Malik, Steven, Rajesh, everyone, Mr. Mohammed Shafiq. It's always nice to have you all here, and it's great that you join us on time. I like this very much. Now it's 10:05 in Paris, France, and today we will have the workshop. We will welcome OMNES Education, which has a group of university in France, and not only in France. And I can see as well that Mrs. Kong is with us here today. Hello, Mrs. Kong. How are you today?
Hello, Richard. Hello, everyone. I'm great. I hope you're doing well as well.
Yes, everything is fine. Thank you very much, Mrs. Kong. Over here in Switzerland, we have 35 degrees at the moment outside. So I think that my air conditioning in the office is just booming at the moment. They're not used to. So I just try to smile a little bit because we are doing education, we are not doing politics. So we have people coming from all around the world. I can see more and more agents are still joining us at the moment. So I always try to steal 1 or 2 more minutes with all of you before that we start. I want to say hello as well to our friends coming from the CIS country, from India, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from Africa in general. I even can see that we have people from Los Angeles, welcome, and from Latin America. Thank you very much to join. All the friends from China as well, Taiwan, Turkey, yes, I don't forget no one, Nepal as well. So I can see more and more that join us today. Thank you very much. So let me just introduce shortly the concept of the presentation of OMNES Education. But before to start, it's very important for you to remain on mute modality. And if you have any questions, as you can see on Zoom below, there is a chat system. If you have any question, just put your question there on the chat system. And then after I will read this and I will go to Mrs. Kong and I will ask her and she will reply by voice directly. At the end of the workshop of OMNES Education, we will do a follow-up email. We will send you a copy of the recorded workshop. We will send you as well the details of OMNES Education, and we will send you as well a form that you will need to fill out if you are interested and serious to start to recruit students for OMNES Education, which will offer bachelor and master program. So I can see many more of you join us at the moment. Thank you very much. I think we are quite ready to start. Mrs. Kong, you are more than welcome to start to share your screen. And this workshop is recorded, so do not worry. All the details will be recorded, so we will share a copy of the recorded workshop to all of you. So Mrs. Kong now will introduce you OMNES Education, and I presume many of you know already some of the universities that include OMNES Education. Mrs. Kong, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, Richard. Hello, everyone, again. So I am Fan Ling. I work for OMNES Education. I am the admission manager for Asia area. And today I will share more information about higher education in France, about our portfolio of OMNES Education, our schools and the programs. A lot of information with you. I hope it will be very useful. Maybe you are already working with some French institutions, maybe not. But here we are, and here we go. So the first page.
Beautiful. The first page, I always love it, to see the Tour Eiffel in front of us. This gives a sense of France, study in France. And Mrs. Kong, I have forgot Australia and Nigeria. So welcome to the agent from Australia and Nigeria as well. Sorry, And for the one that join us, we just started. We are just started with Mrs. Kong that will start with the presentation.
Welcome to the panel. And yes, this is the point of view of Eiffel Tower. And just to give you a quick information, our campus is not far away from here, okay? So I will start from study in France. Maybe you're working principally with other countries like UK, US, Australia, but French is becoming more and more attractive for students and parents for different reasons. And for example, we have the number here. France is now the sixth most popular country for students who study overseas. And we have this number, 412,000 students every year in France coming from overseas. We have more than 40% of programs now are taught in English. When we talk about France, maybe we think, oh, there's a language barrier, but today we offer 40% of programs in 100% in English, which is, and we have croissants. We have 17% every year in extra. We have a lot of new students coming to France to join our international student family, which is very impressive as this percentage. And the French government and from the institutions level, we have a lot of offers for students. For example, we have a scholarship from Campus France, which is a part of French Embassy. We have a lot of aids for internships and research, etc., at a government level. A lot of other reasons why do we choose France for students' daily life. For example, we have academic reputation. As we all know, this year, since the politics of President Trump, we have a lot of students from US. Their first destination after US is France. So we can see the academic level internationally will have a good reputation. And we also have the diversity of the program. We are providing a lot of choice globally in France. We have the competitive student cost compared to traditional destinations. France, we have a lot of advantage in terms of the cost of living and the tuition fee. And the student advantage. For example, I will say students, especially at the bachelor level, they have a lot of convenience in their daily life. For example, if they want to see Mona Lisa every day, it's possible, it's free. And we are located in the heart of Europe, so we can easily do the exchange with other university in Europe. We have a unique quality of life, as we all know. And the students, they are also, they are allowed to work 20 hours a week, very important. And we have stay back politics after master degree. So for most of the students, we have a 1 year stay back, and for Indian students, they have 2 years. Okay, and so when we talk about French education system, we have the classic one, bachelor, master, and we also have a concept of grande école, which is unique in France. I will talk about it later. And we participate, of course, all the international accreditations. Our school, for example, within OMNES Education, we are in EMBA, we are in CTI, we are in, of course, there are some French accreditation very important, like Welcome to France, like Grande École CTI, etc., etc. Okay, so there's a schema to give you straight information. Like, for example, there's one thing very important. In France, in Europe, the traditional bachelor, actually it will take 3 years. It's different from the US system. We have 3-year bachelor in France. And actually, in order to have a master degree, after bachelor degree, they only need 2 years of study. Okay, so in total, in France, in Europe, in order to have a Master of Science master degree, the duration of study, it will be 5 years. But also
Mrs.
we
Kong,
have,
Mrs.
yes?
Kong, sorry to interrupt you. I
Mm-hmm.
think that this is a very great picture that you put on place, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very, very clear to understand. I
Mm-hmm.
know many of the agents who recruit students, and I think this is a great picture. I wanted to ask you one question,
Mm-hmm.
and this is very interesting. You put below no foundation year required. The one in yellow. So usually, as you know, in certain countries like in Brazil and in the CIS country, they do 11 years of high school. So they usually, when they go to the UK, for example, they need to do the 1 year foundation. So in this case, will the students be able to enter directly in the bachelor, or how you handle this situation?
So for us, we will require the higher school diploma only, academic level, and the language level.
Okay, okay,
So there is
perfect,
no
perfect.
preparation or foundation year.
Okay, this is quite unique. This is a selling point, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very good selling point because the students who finish in the CIS country or in some country like Latin America who finish on grade 11, they can enter with OMNES directly on the bachelor program. This is a very important point. Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt you, Ms. Hong.
No problem. Yes, so for bachelor level, we require 3 years and the master level 2 years. We also provide a BBA. Actually, it's a 4-year program, like in US, like in Australia, 4-year BBA. It's a good program for international profiles. There are several advantages of this program. We are going to talk about it later. So here we see must in management, the PGE program. Here we have the column here, 5 years straight. So it's a system of a bachelor and a master level in 5 years straight. There's no gap year in the between, and it's a unique because it's a mix of a university system and a private education, and student will have a lot of opportunity to go to exchange years and job opportunities. So here is the master in management. And after master level, of course, students, they are free to pursue their DBA or PhD level in the future. So this is the big picture of a French education, higher education system. Very important. So OMNES education. Today, OMNES education in the private higher education area in France, we have 20 campus in France and abroad. I can list out of cities like Paris, Lyon, and overseas. So we have London campus, we have San Francisco, we have Barcelona, for example, in Switzerland as well. And even in Africa, we have Abidjan in Cote d'Ivoire. We have 10,000 partner companies which provide exclusive internship opportunities and short-term, long-term job opportunities. We have 40,000 students on campus, a lot of different nationalities, good ambiance. And we have 15 schools on the board with 6 incubator for startup programs. Students they have a very good condition if they want to start their business. We have a whole team to support them for administration works, for finance, looking for financials support, and we have a 200,000 alumni network. Important.
Mrs.
Talking
Kong,
about yes.
Mrs. Kong, I received some question on the chat, so
Mhm.
sometimes I will read the question on the chat
Of
and I will
course.
come back to you if it's okay with you.
Yes.
And just two questions. I think that some of the agents joined a little bit late. They asked me two questions before that you can move forward because you already mentioned this before. The
Mhm.
stay back, how long is this? Can you maybe repeat this part one more time, please?
Of course, with pleasure. So the stay back policy, as we can see here, is after master degree. So the condition is to have the master degree. And for all of the students except for Indian, we have a 1 year stay back, 1 year. And the Indians, they have 2 years.
Okay. Perfect. So I will write this on the chat system so that everyone can read this very, very good. Okay. Now, another question that came in is regarding the master. So do you have a 1 year master or 1.5 year master? And if yes, in which location in France?
One of our school, which is ESCE, they provide faster track in autumn. Like every September intake, they have a faster track which will provide a 1 year and a half. Okay. Otherwise, normally it's 2 years. They're exceptionals. For example, if your student comes from a 4 year program in his country or her country with a business study background, for example, I have already 4 year bachelor degree in economics. In this case, if I want to do a master in relative area like a supply chain, like a marketing, I can apply directly for the master second year.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And there's another situation. We can consider more than 3 years working experience as 1 year of study, which means maybe I have 3 years or 4 years as a bachelor. Maybe it's not directly relative to the program that I'm applying for. For example, I have done my bachelor in IT, but I have more than 3 years working experience in marketing. In this case, we can apply for the Master of Science. The condition it will be more than 3 years, and internships and short-term jobs are not considered. It should be working experience linked with the program.
One more question, Mrs. Kong. Sorry, but I try to read everything.
Mhm.
Question: do you offer any online program like a bachelor or master?
Yes, but it's not the same diploma. So I recommend students to come to France to study. It will be a good experience.
Okay, thank you very much. This was the question that came directly from Mr. Yasmin Al-Lefdavi. If do you have any online degree? Yes, they have, and they will send later information by email. So let's
Okay.
continue because now we are focused on study in France, directly in person.
Mhm.
Mrs. Kong?
Yes. So if you have any questions about these key figures, you can also write down in the chat. So we talk about the campus. We have a picture of a part of Europe. Okay, so we are present in a lot of cities. In France, for example, Paris, Lyon, Bordeaux, Chambéry, Marseille, and this year we open in Toulouse. Okay, each city they are very unique. They are different. They have their advantages for study. Because, for example, when we talk about studying in France, we think about Paris, which is true. We have a lot of opportunities for international students. But don't forget each city. For example, in Toulouse, we have Airbus, the huge company, the aircraft company. In Bordeaux, we have a very mature wine industry. In Lyon, if a student they are interested in French culture, gastronomy, economy, for example, in finance, Lyon is a good choice as well. Okay, and for talking about Chambéry, as we can see, it's not from the mountains, the Alps. It's in the border with Switzerland. Here we have excellent programs in sport management and marketing. So if you want to have more information about each campus, you're welcome to send me some profiles or we can talk about it. And there's one information you need to tell your student is that our campus, they're always located in the city center. Always located in city center. Earlier, we have talked about the Eiffel Tower. It's not only because it's the symbol of the city, it's also because our campus is only 5 minutes walk from the Eiffel Tower.
Wow,
Okay,
this is beautiful. This is very, very
exactly.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Kong,
And
we got
yeah.
more question coming inside. We got a question from what about professional students with bachelor degree with 10 years of professional experience? Can they do a master program in France?
From the school side, yes, but I will suggest you to prepare the interview for the student with Campus France, because with 10 years experience, why want to come to France, why want to study another master program, etc. There's a lot of things to prepare in terms of the motivation.
Yes, absolutely. And I suggest, as per experience, that every student will prepare an excellent CV, which
Mhm.
include exactly what they did during the 10 years and the reason why they want to go to France. And maybe I make an example. You work in a bank, you're dealing with a French company, so you need to do an experience, you do a master program, and then after you want to go back in your home country. This is something very, very important. So, basis your experience, Mrs. Kong, what is the gap acceptable in undergraduate and in postgraduate?
We do have a different profiles comes application every year. I would say less than 10 years. Less than 10 years. It's a point of view for the visa application.
Another question came inside. I know they're jumping from one place to another place in the questions, but I just try to put this question on the table. How much bank statement required for postgraduate students needed for apply for the visa for France? If you know this information, Mrs. Kong.
I think there's evolution about that. I'm not quite sure about it, but from the school side, the down payment, it will be 3,500.
Okay, so I know the information. The down payment for the deposit for the school is 3,500, and a bank statement we usually suggest at least to cover all the fee of the tuition fee of the year one and the accommodation. So this is very, very important. A little bit like in the UK to have an idea, you know. So we have calculated, let's presume the tuition fee is 10,000 and the accommodation is about 7,000 euros. So you have to calculate that they should show a bank statement with around 70,000 euro to 20,000 euro to be on the safe side. This is always very important with France. Mrs. Kong, you are continuing, I know, and I continue to stop in you because I receive many, many, many questions inside.
You're welcome.
But I think it's very important when we get the questions that we are able to, to answer immediately. We receive even a questions, in this case, very interesting questions coming from an agent from Nepal, which, by the way, I want to say hello because I met him 2 months ago in Switzerland. There are some students who are enrolled at the Coventry University back in Kathmandu. So it's possible that they can move from the University of Coventry back in Kathmandu to your university, and how do credit earn this transfer? If you know this information.
Yes, it's for UK, right, the school. So
Yes.
the UK system is quite different from the Europe or mainland system. I think their credits is one French credit equals two UK credits. So each year in France, a student will have a 60 credit. Okay, so if the student have enough credit for the year, he can transfer to our school. We can accept the profile.
Thank you very much. The floor is all yours. You can continue. I will not stop you for a moment.
Okay, let's move on. So we talk about the Paris campus, which is just 5 minutes walk, very important. We have another location in Paris, which is La Défense. Okay, we have a campus here. What is La Défense? La Défense is the fourth biggest CBD in the world. It's the biggest in Europe, in the mainland Europe. Okay, and here we have the campus. This is our building. We are located here. We share this facility with other companies, and we have 8 floors in the building, which create a unique work and study space for students. They have a lot of in space for different kind of activities. Okay, this place is unique because our student will be surrounded by top 500 companies because their headquarters, they are all in La Défense. For example, this building just in front of us is the headquarters of EDF, the electricity company, the head top company in France. And we also have the neighbor KPMG. We have all the top banks in France, their headquarters you can see in this CBD. Okay, so we choose this place for our students to have different advantage because, for example, HRs from those companies, they can just cross the street and do some interview for our students. We organize regularly job dating, and students, they have the facility to meet HRs, atmospheres, and everything is great here. Okay, this is an example of our campus in La Défense. I put a focus because it's brand new, it's beautiful. And for example, our campus in Lyon, it used to be the headquarters of the company Citroën, the headquarters of Citroën in Lyon, which is a historical building as well. We always take the city center for our students. Okay. And after that, what kind of study we provide within OMNES education? We have a full big department. Okay, we have management and business. Here you find different schools. Maybe some of you were working with U Business School already. They just joined the OMNES family since 1 or 2 years. Okay, we have the management and the business. Here you can find every subject linked to this domain. We have management, marketing, finance, HR, supply chain, etc., etc. And we have a digital engineering. We have an engineering school in IT, informatique. The third part will be political science, HEIP, and the fourth part, it will be communication and creation, Sup de Pub, and KA is one school in Switzerland. Okay, this is our full major study area. So I'm going to give you a short presentation of each type of study and the school very quickly. So the first part, we will start with Digital Engineering ECE School. This is a leading French engineering school specializing in digital technology, in IT innovation with a very strong industry partnership and a focus on hands-on learning. So they learning by doing, they have a lot of projects. We have a company, they participate our programs, and they send their the management level employee to give the lectures, etc. And they also provide unique internship opportunities. And it's the leader of AI study in France in cybersecurity as well. We have a different subjects. So the first type of program ECE provide, it will be bachelor in computer science. Here we have full programs in application developer, cybersecurity, data AI, and cloud. Okay, we have 4 specialization. 3 of them, they are number 1 according to the Universal, this ranking. They are the number 1 in this ranking, 3 of them, because the first one is new, that's why. Okay, this program now they are available in 100% English. It's in our Paris campus, the Eiffel Tower one. Okay, so this is the first bachelor program that ECE Engineering School they provide. And the second one, it will be so here we have some details about this program. If you are interested, maybe we're going to talk about details later, and we pass on the second one. It will be the Master of Engineering. So it's aligned with the bachelor program. Actually, they start from the bachelor first year, okay, but they finish by the end of a master circle. So the duration, it will be 5 years. Students with a higher school diploma, they're welcome. And so the first 2 years, it will be preparation circle. They are going to learn everything. And the third year, fourth year, they are going to have majors. And the fifth year, they have specializations. We have a lot of major and specialization. They can do their mix, a lot of choice. And we have double degree with one of our business school, and Centrale Supélec is a top engineer school as well in France. or either they can choose to have a IT and management material profile, or they can focus on their IT skills. So they have a double degree in two types of career in the future. And we also provide exchange in other countries. This is the Master of Engineering, like the management PGE program. This one provides the engineer title. Here in France, engineer is a title of their diploma. It's not only about the work itself, there's a title associated with. Okay, here we have some main recruiters. If students from other countries, they have already done their bachelor, they don't want to invest that many years in the 5-year program, they can also apply for the Master of Science program. Here we have 5 options. Okay, we talked about that earlier. So bachelor plus Master of Science or Master in Engineering. That's 2 type of system. Here we have cybersecurity, sustainable energy, future, very important. We talk about the EDF company in our neighbors in earlier. We have a very strong relationship with them. We have data, artificial intelligence, and this one, technology and entrepreneurship. We work with ESCE Business School. So for students who want to be have a manager role in a startup in technology or create their company, it's a very good choice to have management skills upon their technology profile. Okay, so we have these companies. They participate directly into our programs. Okay, these companies. Because our programs, they are taught 100% in French or 100% English. That's why we have different partners. Okay.
Mrs. Kong, thank you very much. This was very important because the question came inside if this is only in French or in English. So they are divided in 2 categories. We have the program follow company that accept the one who speak only French and the one who speak only English. I have some question that people ask me all the time. So first of all, in the PowerPoint presentation, which I hope I can share in a second stage to all the agents, is always included the tuition fee. If you read here, for example, the tuition fee for this program, Master of Science, is 12,450. So you will see this always on the top or on the right side when she is showing the PowerPoint presentation. One of the questions came inside. They need to do a deposit of 3,500 euro. And then after, how is the payment plan? This is something that came in from different agents at the moment, and we reach around 80 agents at the moment who join us. Welcome people from New Zealand and from Georgia.
So about the tuition fee here. So tuition fee, here we talking about is everything happening in the school per year. Okay, there is no further fee for the books, and everything is included about what's happening in the school. Which means it's not included accommodation, transportation, everything else. Okay, and the down payment we require 3,500 euro. After that, student can choose to pay in one shot or pay installment. Installment is possible, but they need to notice that if they choose installment, there will be 5% extra in total.
Okay.
There will be 5% extra on the total of the tuition fee. And the students, when they sign the enrollment agreement, we propose automatically 2 installments. But if they need a further payment, extra payment installment, they can talk about with our accounting department. It's possible.
Perfect. This is then I need one more questions, and then after I will let you continue. Just sorry, but there was many question come inside now. I try to reply quite everyone. Yes. So the tuition fee is divided by semester, and so I presume that students need to pay the full amount on every semester before to start the second semester, if we're talking about a bachelor program, not a master.
Yes, so they should. There's a payment plan. For example, student who join us in September, they are expect to pay the tuition fee in total by December, I guess.
Okay, perfect. This is very important point. And I presume you have some scholarship. Maybe if you can in a second stage, not now, but maybe in a second stage, if you can inform a little bit about this as well, it will helpful.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Mrs. Kong. Thank you very much. And thank you, everyone, all the agents. Again, if you have any question, just put this on the chat system and I will try to read, reply to you and ask Mrs. Kong. We have now 80 agents, so be a little bit patient. We try to answer you on time and very, very fast. We will anyway record this presentation made today and we will share a follow-up email today with all of you, and you can go through the webinar one more time. You will have as well the direct contact of Mrs. Kong in a second stage, but in the email where I will send to you, and I will share, if I can, the PowerPoint presentation so that you have everything at once. Mrs. Kong, please continue.
Thank you. And let's move on to the business and management part. So we have two big business schools in France. The first one is INSEC. The second one is ESCE. They have some similarity, but totally different. I will say from the INSEC Business School, you will find a big structure, which means they are present in, we have more campuses as choice. We have more specialization you can choose. And on the other side, ESCE Business School, they have a smaller team, but they have how to say, they have a very straight to the point, like motivation. You can see the logo here. They focus on the international career. So they have less choice of specialization. You can find a classic one, international business, international marketing, and they focus really on their career plans. So they help students to build their soft skills. They spend a lot of they have more focus on that. Okay, so your student type, if they want to have a career, have more connection with the France, with the Europe, with the local companies, have more, about the culture, about the economic, something like that in general, you can choose put them in INSEC Business School. And if your students are very international, they're looking for working in different countries, like a future, maybe in Canada, maybe in China, maybe in Korea, and they have a very clear objective. For example, I want to be a specialist in supply chain. In this case, ESC is a better choice. Okay, it depends on the need and requirement, the profile of the students, but both, they are very nice. So we are going to start from the ESC Business School. The first one, International Bachelor. This is the only business school in higher education in France which provides the method of Montessori. Montessori, as you know, comes from Italy, and we always apply this method from under, how to say, K-12 education. But here you can also find in ESE in their bachelor program. So I can say it's a very modern, very international program for students. They have main courses, and on the third year, they are going to choose a specialization. Here, some of them, they're in French, some of them, they're half and half, and some of them, for example, international business is 100 in English. If students, they participate since the year one, I don't worry about their French level. Why? Because within ESCE, they provide a language course. So students, they are free to choose to learn some French, maybe Spanish, maybe Italian. They need to have more soft skill, linguistic skills. And within ESCE, it's free. It's provided, it's included in their programs. So if they participate since year one, on the year three, they always have, most of them, they can master French language. Okay, and we also provide work study trainings for certain programs, but most of students in ESCE, they're in initial programs. This is a 3-year bachelor program, and after that, they have a master in management, which is 5-year programs as well. Okay. So we have, as we talked about it earlier, we have a lot of exchange opportunities with ESCE. They have a very strong connection. For example, I think with China, we even have a Confucian Institute within our school. Very important. So if the student want to maybe later develop their career in Asia, ESCE has a unique resource and network to have that, which is not very familiar with other business school. Okay, master in management, 5 years straight, and we have 190 partners, 19 double degrees. We have 1 to 4 exchange semesters. Okay, different nationality within the ESCE Business School. It's a very interesting information actually, how to describe the international level of this business school. For example, our teachers, they are from 22 different countries. Within the small structure they have 22 different nationalities in the faculty members profile, including professors from states, from Australia, Argentina, UK, etc., and in China, from China. So one important information is here. Parents, they always worry about their life when they arrive in France. And I'm confident to say that ESC school is a very good choice because, as you can see here, there's a little logo here. It's said Bienvenue en France, which literally means welcome to France. It's a logo, it's a label provided by the Campus France, by the government of France, the Embassy of France. It describes the level of accueil and welcome about for the international student. And why it's very important? Because ESE is the very first business school in France to have this label. So the level of welcoming students is very confirmed. Student and the parents, they can put 100% confidence in us.
Mrs. Kong,
Yes.
I wanted to just speak to the agents shortly. I can see we have agents here as well from China.
Mhm.
If some of the agents want to have a one-to-one meeting with Mrs. Kong, there is absolutely not a problem. I will share her email address and you can chit chat with her, you can email with her, and she will be able to organize a meeting with you via Teams, via WeChat as well from China. I have WeChat as well, so you can easily contact her via WeChat or via email. She speaks fluent Chinese, she's Chinese as well. So, and for all the other, there's absolutely not a problem because I receive many different requests, individual requests. Obvious, I cannot go into every single individual request you may have, but if you prepare this question and you present this to Mrs. Kong can look inside the file of your candidate, and then after she can look and with the management and then come back to you with an answer if this student is a candidate for this specific program, which is a master or bachelor or a top up. I'm here, some of them ask me as well if they can do the top up, you know, the final year of bachelor in France, if they did maybe 2 years back in Africa, for example, in a French program, etc., etc. So all these need to be shared with Mrs. Kong, but you have to put all the detail inside in order that she can look every single details, and this will help her to give you the correct answer and the fast answer, so you can go back to your students. This is how we work in this system, because I know there is a top up, there is a final year, there are schools like the gentleman from Nepal mentioned that they have students from Coventry University back in Kathmandu who maybe want to switch for 1 year in France. So they need to understand the program they are studying at the moment. So I cannot answer you by chat this question, because we need the details. And again, Mrs. Kong mentioned as well, they have a multi-team. I presume you have as well staff who speak other language like French. So if someone are more confident in speaking in French, there is absolutely not a problem. Mrs. Kong will assist you as well on this part, or Chinese, as she mentioned, English, logical, maybe other language. Are there other language that some of your staff can help the agents, Mrs. Kong?
Yes, of course. So we have a very international team. So we have a colleague who can speak, of course, French, English. We have Spanish, like I can speak Chinese. We also have Italian, I guess.
Good, perfetto, benissimo. So I speak Italian as well. If someone need to speak with me in Italian, I can help as well. There is absolutely not a problem. I can see that Nora, which I know, Nona from Georgia, which I know her since long time, will be interested to have a one-to-one meeting with you, Mrs. Kong. So if everyone is interested to have a one-to-one meeting with Mrs. Kong and thinking that this is the right partner for you to send students to France. As you know, they have a lot of different locations like Bordeaux, Lyon, Paris, and more, Chambéry, just to mention a few. And there is a great opportunity on top. Logically, she mentioned as well, they have location outside France, like in Geneva, like in Africa, in Abidjan, as she mentioned before, and more and more and more. But now we are here and focus on France, and this is what we want. Feel free to continue to put the question inside on the chat system. This is very important. So I will try to answer you, and I will try to go back to Mrs. Kong, and she will be able to answer me. Thank you, everyone, to be with us here today. And Mrs. Kong, please continue.
Thank you very much, Richard. As he said, if you have
one moment, there is someone that put one moment. Okay, please continue. Sorry, Mrs. Kong.
Thank you. And if you have a profile, you have a doubt, please share a little bit more details, because here we do have a huge portfolio and different kind of study and levels, so that will be helpful. So let's move on. We talk about the 5-year program in management in ESE Business School. And after that, for students who already have a bachelor degree, they can apply for the Master of Science. So earlier we have talked about if it's possible to apply for the directive to the second year of Master, it's possible, but it depends on the profiles. There's different situation and the condition, but it is possible, especially for students who has already worked in the sector. For example, 3 years in supply chain, direct you to Master second year, good choice. It's possible. Yes, so they provide a Master of Science 2 years program with only 4 specialization, but they're very good at it, because ESE earlier it was created by the Ministry of Import-Export, French government side, to have more student profiles to work in the industry. So they have a very good connection. They are the very first business school who arrived at the La Défense campus. They have a good connection with the government side as well. Okay, so for specialization, business development, marketing, finance, supply chain. Okay, they are 100% English, 100%. So if you choose ESE, you don't need to worry which one is English, which one is French. They always have a version 100% in English. Okay, so maybe you are going to ask which the English level we require.
Correct. This was the next question. Thank you very much to anticipate.
So the level we require will be at 6, okay?
6.0
Next,
on IELTS, ladies and gentlemen,
yes.
or equivalent, correct?
Mhm,
So you accept as well
mhm.
all the English certificate, Mrs. Cox.
Exactly. The level 6. For instance, we don't accept the Duolingo, but other international language tests recognized by different it's okay. Okay, so at 6, like TOEFL, like TOEIC, everything is we can take.
But
Next,
this is for the master. This is for the master, Mrs. Kong,
master and a bachelor.
and
Generally,
bachelor.
we take 6. Yes,
6, but what happened if they're 5.5?
5.5. We are going to give an interview.
Good.
After all, going to have their profile, we give the interview, but we will let the jury to decide. So we
Okay.
cannot say the student will be 100% in. It depends on the interview.
Now the question came on the 6.0 because this is the question that came out all the time.
Mhm.
Is on IELTS 6.0 academic or general?
General.
General. Okay, this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. General, not
Mhm.
academic. And
Speaking English
Duolingo
is
is,
very important.
yeah, and Duolingo is not acceptable, ladies and gentlemen. She mentioned this before, so Duolingo is not acceptable, but they accept other English certificate like Cambridge,
Mhm.
TOEFL, TOEIC, Skill for English, and so on and so on.
Pearson. Mhm.
What about language cert, Mrs. Kong? Language cert. Language cert.
We don't have many application with that certificate. I will suggest the general, the classic one.
Okay. So if you have an English certificate and maybe is not well known, I know language cert. In the UK, they accept language cert for your information, Mrs. Kong.
Mhm.
Uh, you can always put this question on the table by email, and Mrs. Kong will go then to the academic team and present the English certificate. So there is absolutely not a problem on this. I should suggest you to do this step.
Mhm.
Logically, we get always 1,000 questions. It's not always easy to answer every single question immediately and correctly. Another very important point, Mrs. Kong, we're talking about country where English is the first language,
Mhm.
like Nigeria, for example.
Mhm.
How is the situation there? Will they eligible? Maybe if you can explain me this part a little bit.
So if a student they come from a country where the English is the mother tongue, or they have already done a diploma, for example, finished their bachelor degree, which is 100% taught in English, in that case, they don't need to provide their level.
So I just got this email now message on chat. There, one Miss Manzoor just mentioned to me what happened if a college teaching English and if the students learn did the bachelor in English in this case, then
Mhm.
there is no problem, correct? Or if
Yes.
they did 4 or 5 years in English, like in the high school, this should not be a problem. I think this is correct, Mrs. Kong.
Yes, if they have already done their earlier study with a diploma in English, the program was taught in English, or their specialization was English language, in this case, we don't require their level.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So, Mr. Manzoor, I hope it's clear this part as well. So, if you have more questions about the English certificate, do not hesitate to put this down, and we will try to reply to you as soon as possible or eventually by email in a second stage. Mrs.
Mhm.
Kong, please.
Yes. So let's move on the second business school, which is INSEC. The first program we provide is a BBA program. It's a 4-year international formal program because from some countries in Asia, in the States, we always have a 4 years of formal program, bachelor program. So in France, in OMNES education, we have this option as well. This program, top 10 BBA in France, and we have some advantage if we choose this program. So the first one about the degree. The traditional one is 3 year. This one we have 4 year. We have a 1 year extra as credits. we have 1 year more credits, which means they can directly go to the master second year. So they don't waste 1 year. Okay, they have enough credit for master second year after their graduation. And if you have international profiles with a 4 year credit, of course, they can go to other countries for their master degree if that country accept only 4 year program.
Mrs. Kong, thank you very much. I mean, this is something very important for you, ladies and gentlemen. INSEC has different campus, as you can see below, in Paris, Bordeaux, Lyon, Barcelona, Londres, Monaco, Munich, Geneva. But on top is written the tuition fee, which is clearly indicated from 12,450 euro. So that's mean that not in every campus is the same fee. So maybe if they go to Geneva, the fee will be completely different. Just that you are aware about this information. This is very, very important to not get confused. So very important. This school, INSEC, which is part of the OMNES education, they have many campuses, as you can see, but the tuition fee will be changed depending on the location or the country. Is this correct, Mrs. Kong?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and will be in different, if it's in Switzerland, is in Swiss francs, is not in euro, logically. So this is something very important for you to understand this part. What is very interesting is because I know one of my friend, he did the school and he worked today by Danone and based in Zurich, and all the students who came out of this particular school, they can have a very successful life. Mrs. Kong,
Yes.
please.
Yeah, the reason why they have a good career in the future is because during 4 years, they have different experience. For example, since the year one, they are pushed to do the sales internship. It's a very unique in the internationally speaking. Since the year one, they are pushed to do the internship. This is the first taste of a real job environment. And the second year, they are obliged to do an international internship, which is not in France. Okay, so students, for example, from Korea, they come to France first year in France, 1 month sales internship, and second year they have to go to another country to do the international internship. Normally, at this stage, it will be well organized. The student, of course, they are free to choose, but most of the time it's organized. They're going to some certain partners, companies in certain country to do their internship, but they will have first international working experience at the stage of bachelor second year, which is very unique and impressive. And
Thank you,
the
Mrs. Kong. Very, very important what she say now. Very, very important. I want to inform all the agents that all the 81 agents who are here since more than 1 hour with us together, that I will do a follow-up email and you will receive a form that you need to fill out and send this back because Mrs. Kong and her team will evaluate every single agent, and they know that you are all professional, but they need that you fill out this form so that they can send you then in a second stage the agreement. So very, very important to go into an agreement with the group, because it's a big group. As you can see, they have a lot of university. It's very important that they know more about you, and this will be a great help of you when I do the follow-up email, that you fill out this form and send this back directly to Mrs. Kong, or you can share with me and I share this directly with Mrs. Kong. The floor is all yours, Mrs. Kong.
Thank you. So this program, the third year and the fourth year, they will have a lot of choice of exchange. We provide a double and a triple degree at the bachelor stage. And after 4 years, they can, as we said, they can directly go to the master second year. Okay, so very international program. This program will welcome most of students. They are international profiles, so they have a language training as well. If they want to learn some French, it's one of the choice. Okay, next page. It will be Grande École. the PGE program in INSEC, which is different from the ESCE PGE program. This one, they only start from the last year of bachelor, which is the bachelor's third year. So the duration, it will be 3 years. They provide the last year of bachelor and the 2 years of master. Okay, the circle, it will be the 3 years. Where is the first 2 years? In France, difficult to explain everything in the system, but they do have a preparation part which take place in another institution. So within INSEC, student with bachelor degree can apply for the first year, to be simple. Okay. Here we already have more specializations compared to the first business school. Here we have artificial big data, which we work with our IT school that we talked about earlier. They participate in the business school courses, and we also have another school in communication. They participate as well. So in the program in management, they try to create a greater management profile with different specializations. Here we have also a sustainable business transformation, as you can see, cooperation, tourism, leisure, CGE labeled international business, sustainable tourism, etc. So we have more choices here, and the duration, it will be 2 or 3 years. Okay. Full English track possible, and we have different partners, companies. Employment is great, 98% in 6 months, which means after graduation, in 6 months they find their job. And after that, MSc, most of you are going to look at it a lot, because this part of INSEC, they provide 2 years of Master of Science, which fits most of your needs for those students who has already done their bachelor. And here we have 42 specializations. That's why we cannot list all of them. Here, 10 types of, several types of study in finance, in HR, international business, a big focus on wine industry. The School of INSEC is created in Bordeaux in 1975. We are the best in wine marketing and management in this field in France. That's not a doubt. And if you have students from those countries or regions which produce wine or have a wine culture in their family, it's a good choice. It's a good choice, wine marketing and business. We have fashion luxury studies. We have, for example, this one can be useful for most of profiles. Okay, so duration 2 years. If they have experience or 4-year bachelor, they can apply for the MSc 2. 42 specializations, 10 areas of programs. We have good partners as well. It's the #1 school in work study program, the sandwich course, which means they don't need to pay their tuition fee. They find their company to sponsor their study. For international students, it starts from the year 2. So the first year they cannot do work study program, but since upon to the year 2, from the year 2, they can do the work study program. So in terms of a budget, if they can find a company, it's very interesting. They have 12 up to minimum 12,000 euro economies. So it's very interesting. And how do we help students to find their alternance? So we have every year we have 8,000 contracts signed, and we have 20,000 offers shared with our students, online and offline. Online and offline, we have job box for students to check every day. It's update, and we organize regularly events on the campus. Okay, it's a very important school. And after that, we have a school in communication and creation. It's a school of 38 years of experience, because the concept of marketing is not that new, that old. And we have 34 for professions type of métier in 3 divisions. We have half of our students, they're in work study format of program. And one very important information is that talking about the city of Cannes, we always think about the film festival, but we have more than that. In Cannes, every year we have a festival of creation, of a design, which is called Cannes de Lyon. And half of the prize they are won by our students. As you can understand, and it's a very important, very impressive output, a result of our student. Half of the prize they are won by our student from this international creation festival. And our main recruiter, we provide programs 100% English here, and they have their alternance work study format in a lot of good companies, and we participate the major publicity in France. They always have a Burger King for our students. We have a Bouygues, everything. They are our main recruiter. At the same time, they participate in our program. That's why we have a strong relation with them. That's why our professor is not only here to give the lecture, they are also here to recruit. It creates a good system.
Mrs.
Okay.
Kong,
Yes.
Mrs. Kong, sorry to interrupt you all the time. Thank you very much. I have a question that came
Mhm.
inside from one agent, Mr. Samson Keinde Ogunoye. The question is, do the master program qualify applicants to come with her dependent?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Yes. Do the master program qualify applicants to come with his or her dependent, with the
Which means
wife?
that he has a business himself?
No, no, no. I mean, if someone will do a master program,
Yes.
okay, um, is he qualified to come with his wife to France?
Okay. Actually, that's one good point because when we apply for the visa, the title of the visa will be student visa.
Okay,
Okay. So if you have a family plan, I would suggest you to do it at the second time, not the first year.
okay.
Because if you put a family plan with your study plan, Campus France, French government, they don't like it.
I understand. This is the same system like in other country, and this is a suggestion. If someone want to apply for a master, just to apply for a master as a student, and then after 1 year, when you're there, you settle down, you pay the fee because they want to see that you pay the fee. Logically, they want to see if you paid accommodation, where that you stay, etc. Then you can ask for family reunification. Let's put it like
Mhm.
this one. This is a very important step, but France is very open for this. There are a lot of Africans who study and live in France as well with their wife. Logically, it takes certain time. So suggestion, apply as a student, go there, and then on a second stage, move on with the family qualification. One more question came inside, which we did not talk about this. Some university in Europe, they charge some application fee, some initial application fee. Is this the case of your group or is it specific one-to-one? How it works this?
Yes, it's a good point. Actually, it's one of the information I'm going to share with you later, but we can talk about it now. We don't have application fee for students who comes from agents. Okay.
Okay,
And student from agents at the payment of at the step of payment, they will provide your agent code, which will waive the application fee.
fantastic. This is a great news. So I hope you all understand. If the students coming through you, your agent, there is no application fee. Very important. So if the students will go directly, there is an application fee. To make a long story short, and these details will be then shared in a second stage as well via email. We have more questions who come inside. Someone say, okay, someone are very happy to start to cooperate with you. Some other want to have a one-to-one meeting with you. some other looking forward to get the form to complete, because you will receive a form to fill out after we finish the workshop. If you want to have an agreement with the group, you need to fill out a form and then send this back. This is very, very important. Bonjour, monsieur. I can see some people speak French as well. So we are here. We can speak a multi-language as well, Chinese if it's needed. For the agents coming from China, Mrs. Kong is originally from China. So if you want to have a one-to-one meeting in a second stage via email, via Zoom, chat, WeChat, whatever, we are here to assist in you, and Mrs. Kong will assist you as well with the interview. Please, Mrs. Kong, continue.
Okay, let's move on the last part of our school, which is in political science. Okay, HEIP is one important player in political science study in France. When we talk about Sciences Po in Paris, after Sciences Po, we always talk about the HEIP. HEIP with 125 experience of teaching. We have intakes in September in the heart of campus near the Eiffel Tower we talked about earlier. So this school, if you are a student who are interested in political science, it's a good choice. It's well, have a very good reputation. We even have professors in our 125 years experience. Of course, we have 8 Nobel Prize honor who used to be our professor, okay, during our 125 years experience. So political science within each EIP school, political science. This one. So we move on the procedure of the mission. From the student part, they need to provide their profile with your agent code. So if we have agreement, you will have agent code. So students, either they do their application themselves or you help them to do the application online. And after that, there's one thing. For all these schools that we talk about, their international admission is centralized in the group level, at the group level. Okay, so once they have their application done, it's the international admission team are going to check their profile. We validate their profile and we send it to the school to do the interview. And after that, they will have their admission if they are accepted to the program or not. So here we have a one step very important is a registration deposit. So here we pay the 3,500 down payment online or with transfer. We have 2 options and we confirm how to pay next steps. Here's the first administration registration. After that, you will have the enrollment certificate that you are going to use for student for the visa application with Campus France or embassy or consular in certain country. And after that, if you have the visa, you prepare your arrival in France. There will be further administration works, for example, academic registration. There are some preparing for your arrival, looking for your accommodation, etc. During the procedure, the student, they are going to need have a lot of support document we are here to provide. For example, we can provide the accommodation letter. For example, our partner will help one student to find their accommodation in which city, which is possible. If they want to have a devis, which is an invoice, it's possible. If you have any support documents, our admission team is here to help students to have their visa. Okay, so this is the interface that students are going to have the
Mrs.
moment
Kong,
of
Mrs.
application.
Kong, before that you move on the second page, I have a question come inside from an agent. I think is a very important part. What happens if the student is not accepted? Will the 3,500 be refunded?
Of course. There are 2 situations. If they didn't pass the interview here, we can put the student in another program to have a second chance. Okay, this is the first refusal at the interview level. At the second level, at the visa application, if they have a refusal, they can do the appeal to apply for the visa again for the same intake. or they can move on, they defer their intake to the next intake. And after that, if they still have the refusal, we refund 100% of the down payment, 3,500 euro.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is great news that in case you have several options, one option is to change the program with another university. Second option is just to go to the next intake, very simple. It will be as well a third option. If you don't work in France, you can maybe apply in Switzerland or in some other place. I mean, these are another option that we all should consider. I know this because some students who was rejected from university in the UK, they decided to study in Belgium. This is an option as well. So you have to consider, but in case, worst case, the group will refund 100% the 3,500, just in case. So you are on the safe side. Please, Mrs. Kong.
So, I mean, all the school we have talked about will be centralized in the headquarters of OMNES Education. And we also have some new schools that we have purchased recently. For example, EU Business School, for example, International University of Monaco, and the schools in Switzerland. So based on the contract with the headquarters, you're going to sign extra condition terms, something like that. So it will be several papers if you want to work on schools in Spain, in Switzerland, in Monaco. But it will be very simple. It's easy to track. So once we have the agreement, you will have an agent code like this. Okay, agent name, year, and the student there invited to put this code at the moment of payment. My application, first step payment and validation. Here, do you have a promotion code? And that's where we put the promotion code. And okay, after that, the application will be sent to our system. Okay, and we have a very unique part is that we have an agent platform. You are going to be able to log in on that platform to track all the students who has your agent code attached to their application. So it will be very easy to follow their step 1, step 2 interview payments, and when they can send us the invoice, etc. Very easy to track. Okay. Okay, after that, maybe next slide, we have the requirements of the students. For admission to Bachelor Year 1 High School Diploma, Year 2, every year is 60 credits. So for Year 2, we need the Year 1 down, which is 60 credits, or US, UK credits, 120. After that, the same for Bachelor 3 admission, Master Year 1, Master Year 2. But there we have so many programs, types of programs. We have a certain specific condition. So if your student have a profile, just send to us. We can confirm with you very quickly if it's okay or not to put him or her in that program and school. And the document we require very simple, CV and a cover letter. Why do you want to choose France and our school in this program, etc. And passport ID copy, the transcript of your earlier study. If it's not in English or French, please put the translation version. The proficiency of English or French, as we talk about later, we require the 6th level in English and the B2 level in French. Minimum B2, C1, C2, welcome. Okay, and we accept most of the international language tests. And if they come from the country which the language of the program is their mother tongue, and they have already done their first study in that language, we don't require further proof of their language level. And the last one, if the student is currently in one program, their last year, we require the certificate of their enrollment of the ongoing year, because maybe they don't have the full transcript. In that case, the certificate of enrollment of the ongoing year is very important. Okay, financial support. We have scholarships from the government side. We don't help a student to do that application, and we have partial fee exemption for students from EU or international partners. It depends on the case. And the OMNES education international admission part, we have the scholarship of merit up to 20% of the first year of their tuition fee. So the first year of their tuition fee, there will be around 20% discount as their scholarship, which will be applied after their enrollment. Okay. Student support.
I have a question, Mrs. Kong, a small question. So what about the academic? What percentage of academic result will be required to enter in a master or bachelor? I presume this change by university to university.
Exactly. It changes from the country to country as well. For certain country, the French government side or the campus front side, they are very strict on the profiles. They don't allow the reorientation, which means, for example, if a student used to do one type of study, they cannot go to another type of study. So it depends on the profile. Once we have the agreement signed, actually, you will have the details of these conditions.
In referral with accommodation, I saw some question came inside as well. Here there are many campus around France. So some accommodation are nearby the campus, some a little bit more far away. It depends from location to location. Mrs. Kong mentioned before that in Paris they have the beautiful campus near the Tour Eiffel, 5 minutes walk, So as you can imagine, it's impossible to find accommodation near the Tour Eiffel. So in Paris, students maybe they need to go by metro, take about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, depend from campus to campus. Maybe in other location, which can be maybe in Chambéry, which is maybe a smaller place, the accommodation is maybe only 5-10 minutes by bus. So it depends always by location to location. But as Mrs. Kong informed, they will assist you with the letter for the accommodation in order to get the visa. They will assist you as well for the accommodation. They have an internal management team who assist all the agents worldwide when they come to France. This is regarding to choose the correct university, to give you information about the accommodation, and to inform you about academic level to enter in different university. If you don't know about the English requirement and you want to apply one student in one particular location, you can simply send an email to Mrs. Kong on her team, and they will reply to you in details. So do not worry about this. But I think that OMNES has this agents platform. This will help in you all to move on with the application process. So you always know where you stand. You always know what document you may missing, etc., etc. So this is a very important step. I think to cooperate with Omnes Education give you an opportunity to really enter in the France market, as they have a lot of campus around France, and you have one partner, one location, and this is a great opportunity for all of you. I will do a follow-up email, and in the follow-up email is included a form that you will need to fill out. I repeat this one more time. Very important, complete this form and send this back to Mrs. Kong so that she can move forward with the agreement. Mrs. Kong, we are getting some more questions. And what is the deadline of the application, for example? This is one of the questions, but as well here it depends from intake to intake, because you have rolling application, correct? You have more intake during the year.
We have 2 intakes per year in autumn and in spring. And in terms of the timing, I will say considering the enrollment with the school side, it will take around 1 month from the application to enrollment. And from the visa application side, you need to at least have 3 months to have enough time in case of visa refusal.
Yeah. Hello. I think someone left us for some reason. Maybe the internet from her went out. I think you can hear me very well myself. Mr. Samson Keinde, can you hear me well? I think she has a technical problem and she went out now. I think she will come back shortly with us. So let me continue a little bit about answering your questions. And Mr. Muhammad Shafiq, if you can come online, it would be very great. Okay. Hello, Mrs. Natalia. Hello, Mr. Shafiq. Great. You have to unmute yourself a second. You have to unmute yourself.
Yes,
Okay.
Richard, thank you very much for allowing me to speak with me. Is Natalia back?
Yes, Natalia's here as well. We are all here. I think the lady from OMNES Education, maybe she has an internet problem, so maybe she come
Yeah,
back
maybe.
here. I will take over for a couple of seconds until she is back. Let me see if she's able to come back here at the moment. But I think we reached quite an end point about everything about OMNES Education. Let's see if she will join us a little bit more. In regard of the refund policy, some of you asked the refund policy.
Yes.
I will ask the school to send the refund policy to all of you. This is a very important part because they have this in written, so we are not here to read all the refund policy. This is something very important for you to understand. You will receive a copy of this recorded webinar today as well. And in regarding of students under 18 years, if they will get a guardianship, this is a very good question. And to be honestly, I do not know how to answer this question because I'm not from OMNES Education, but I will put this, Natalia, I will put this on the table of OMNES Education so they will be able to reply to you.
Okay.
And let me see if she joins us back here at the moment. I cannot see her, but it happens. Sometimes it happens that for some reason, the other reason, someone go out from internet. This is absolutely not a problem. So Omnes Education, we was here with Omnes Education, which is a group of a university in France. Let me share my screen now so I can see if I can continue alone a little bit until she is back. Let me see here. Okay, so as you can see, for all of you that we are with Omnes Education, which is a school who has a lot of campus in France. And she gave a presentation now, the manager of the school, Mrs. Kong. For some reason, she went out, which I do not know. I hope everything is okay. She's back now. She's back in a second, ladies and gentlemen. She's coming back. So thank you very much to be with me at the moment. And I think she is back in a second. So it's not always easy, but this is the great part to be live, that when we are live, it always can happen something. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Shafiq, to come on board for a second, and as well to you, Mrs. Natalia. Let's see if she will be back. Mrs. Kong, we can see you now. Thank you very much to be back. Everything is fine, no problem. I was continuing without you. I would just say that we are coming to an end now. I presume maybe you want to give a final speech, Mrs. Kong, about Omnis Education, why the agent should choose to work with you.
Actually, as you explained earlier, it's a good choice to work with us because we provide already a lot of choice for students. They can easily find a program that suits their career plan, and the procedure is very easy, and the high quality of our program is also an element very important for students and their parents. And the French experience, of course, is a very important reason they choose France. They will have a good experience in France, culturally speaking.
Thank you very much. I want to say as well, thank you to all the agents coming from Vietnam. But I have the last questions that came inside from Natalia, and I wanted to take this opportunity to ask you these questions. Natalia asked me the question, if she has a student who is under 18 years old, 17 years old, do Omnes Education offer like a guardianship for these students?
Unluckily, we don't have a guardianship. Their enrollment will be signed by their parents, the first thing. And the moment they arrive, we rarely have a student under 18, actually.
You have students under 18?
Very rare. Like most of the time, they have 18 for the first year of bachelor.
But in case a student will be 17 years old or 17 and a half, will you be able to consider the candidate?
Yes, because they have the good academic level, the language level. We are not going to say no, but to be honest, we don't provide further parenting service.
No, it's good that you tell us this immediately, so it's very important. So thank you very much, Mrs. Kong, to join us today and to give the presentation and to choose WEBA to offer this webinar to our network of agents. We had more than 80 agents with us here today. And I want to say thank you very much to everyone to stay with us here until the end. Very much appreciated. I wish everyone, first of all, good health. This is the most important, and good business. I will do a follow-up email with all of you now, and I will record this webinar held today. Again, Mrs. Kong, it was my pleasure. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you for the organization. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're taking care as well. We keep in touch
Thank
by
you.
email. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Kong.
Thank you,
Thank you very much,
Natalia.
Alvin.
Thank you, Mr. Shafiq, Mr. Zain Shahid, Stephen, and Mr. Malik, Mr. Singh, Mr. Rajesh, and Mr. Samson Kainde, Mr. Bhupinga Singh, Mr. Gimire. Everyone else, thank you very much. Marina from Los Angeles, everyone, Mrs. Ilal Dogu from Turkey, Mrs. Namrata Karki, Mr. Ghani from Pakistan, which I know him since 20 years, Lucy Lu from China, Amy Wondi, if I'm correct, is from Thailand. So I can see Tinwola from Nigeria. Thank you to join us. Thank you, everyone. Very nice to have you here. Again, thank you, Mrs. Kong. Have a great day and good health to you as well. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.